And we begin this half hour with breaking news. A high-profile murder suspect on the run from police has been captured. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Mackailyn Johnson in for Journey Taylor. The statewide search for this man has officially come to an end more than 24 hours later. 50-year-old Stacy Drake has been on law enforcement's radar for 3 different murders in Oklahoma. His name making national headlines after Drake was spotted in Morrilton using a stolen car believed to be owned by one of the Oklahoma victims. We received word moments ago into the newsroom that Drake was caught in Conway County and remains in police custody. As we work to learn more on specific details, here's what we know about Drake's lengthy criminal history. It's one which dates all the way back to 1994, extending to November of 2022, where he spent time in and out of prison for violating probation. This remains a developing story, and our team is working to bring you the latest info as it becomes available on air and online at THV11.com.
All right, let's take a look at your Thursday forecast. Not too bad out there right now, 89. Now I say not too bad because the humidity is only around 53%. So, you know, warm because it is the first official day of summer, but overall a pretty good day to be had. A few clouds out there, but plenty of sunshine. We're warming into the 90s, right around 90, 91 is what we're looking at, but we'll cool nicely into the evening into the 80s. Now we are looking ahead at some temperatures that will soar through the weekend, and those heat index values certainly will affect what you do outside. So we'll talk about that coming up in just a few minutes.
Tracy, thank you. Well, the second week continues for this year's Summer Cereal Drive City Tour, and today our Chief Meteorologist Tom Brannon is counting on folks in Cabot to keep things moving. He's joining us live. Tom, we know we want it to be a good day. How are things looking out there?
Yeah. Mackailyn, and it's an extended stay, Mackailyn. She worked a morning show. She's on at noon. Are you working 5, 6, and 10 tonight too, Mackailyn? They could use some help. Faith could use some help, Mackailyn. You don't have to answer that. Yes, we're in Cabot for the Summer Cereal Drive. We'll be wrapping things up here in roughly 30 minutes. A couple of young ladies that came out to donate some cereal today. This is Leanna, is that right? All right, and you are?
Lily.
I knew that. Leanna and Lily. Who donated the most cereal?
I don't.
Say me.
Me.
I'd say that's what I'm talking about. Big sis, you didn't donate as much as she did you?
I did.
You did, okay. I don't know who to believe anymore. And you guys are dancers, right? Are you coming or going to dance?
We're going to dance.
Going to dance. Then what are we doing after we dance?
Going to bed.
Going to bed. You said you were going swimming a few minutes ago.
Oh, I probably will when I get home.
Okay. I just wanted to give them their props. They donated cereal, as should you. You got a few minutes left here in Cabot to donate cereal for the Summer Cereal Drive. And they donated this entire cart of cereal that you see here in front of you. Still have time. Come see us in Cabot. We're going to be wrapping things up at 12:30. We've got the totals coming up as well on this hot, hot Thursday. Back to you.
All right, Tom, thank you. Well, Governor Sanders signed the dotted line on a set of tax cuts set to go in effect immediately. Here's an idea on what the latest cuts will look like. Anyone making $30,000 could save up to $40. An income of $50,000 would save $200, and anyone making over $100K would see an even bigger tax break. Despite some Democratic pushback, the plan received overwhelming support in the state's legislature.
This will impact 1.1 million Arkansans. Our goal should never be to look at the minimum, but how do we move those people in that bottom area to make more money?
Lawmakers were also able to agree on a budget for the Game and Fish Commission, as well as approval for an increased property tax credit. And now to a developing story involving the owner of a marijuana dispensary who's fighting for his license after having it revoked. Members of the ABC board ruled to halt operation at Green Springs Medical due to multiple violations, including selling expired products to customers. After hearing testimony, a judge will soon decide on whether to temporarily allow the business to continue. And today in Little Rock, a nonprofit is taking action against the ongoing housing crisis. The organization, A Change, is calling for 50,000 affordable homes to be built statewide, and will be joined by experts to discuss how to make that a reality. That meeting got started at noon, and we'll let you know if anything comes up. Well, Pine Bluff students are one step closer to a new experience as the city broke ground on their new future high school. The school district superintendent calls it a major upgrade from the building currently standing. From putting up a new career technical wing to having all the latest tools, she says there's going to be plenty that students can look forward to once their plans are set in.
We envision a high school that not only prepares students for college and careers, but also nurtures their social, emotional well-being with the state-of-the-art facilities, cutting-edge technology, a storm shelter, a modern classrooms, a state-of-the-art arena.
Pine Bluff Mayor Shirley Washington is completely on board with the project, saying students have a better opportunity for success. Now, as climate continues to change, efforts to fight back are amping up. CBS News' Ian Lee shares how one startup is hoping to do that through something known as carbon credits.
Bird songs rise above this forest in France. For some, it's the sound of money by preserving a place where the birds can sing. French startup The Beautiful Forest is putting a price on the trees, not for timber, but how much carbon they store as they get older. By committing to keeping the trees for 20 years, we will be generating carbon credits, he says. They calculate a roughly 2,000-acre plot of this old-growth forest holds 54,000 carbon credits, which can be sold to companies looking to offset their carbon footprints. The startup estimates these credits are worth nearly $6 million over 15 years. And the older the tree, the more carbon they store, like depositing money in a bank with interest. It takes 80 years for an oak to store its first ton of carbon, then 40 more years for its second, 20 for its third, and 15 for its fourth, he says. To know how much carbon is stored, a team of forest engineers measure the mass of the trees while taking note of what lives between, like moss and mushrooms. She says once we know the types and sizes of trees, this will give us an estimate of the volume of wood in this forest, which determines the carbon tonnage present and how much it's worth. So this green forest of songs will produce some serious green for years to come. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
Well, if you're traveling for the 4th of July, prepare for a bit of heavy traffic. After the break, how some places are already gearing up to take on the influx of people.
And on this official first day of summer, temperatures are in the low 90s, but big changes headed our way this weekend.